Hello and welcome to HLS Crypto. I'm Dan. So let's get straight into this. Why you need 1,000 TRIAS, or in my opinion, why I think you need 1,000 TRIAS. But obviously, it's not financial advice. Let's just see how we get on. So we'll touch on price and how to take profits at the end. So stick around for that. But let's just see what's going on. Are we ticking the boxes? Are we ticking the boxes for our investment? So they're working with the Chinese government. Now, I think that's massive because one of the biggest populations in the world, also one of the biggest economies in the world. So if they're working with them, then happy days. We've got some kind of way in straight away to potential profits. It's got a low amount of coins and tokens, which we'll touch on in just a second, and it has an AI narrative. Now, if you are one of the people who believe that AI is the next big thing for the bull market, and I think the bull market's probably coming 2025, the bull run, AI is a massive play in that. If you look at AGIX, Viot, there's a lot of people who are suggesting that AI is going to be the next big thing. So keep that in mind as we go further on. So let's have a look. Number-wise, TRIAS only has a maximum supply of 10 million coins. Now that's very low. If you think about Bitcoin, it's got 21 million. Obviously, Bitcoin's the daddy of crypto, but it is really incredible because it means that only 10,000 people can own 1,000 TRIAS. Now, Portugal has a population of around 10.2 million people. So if everyone in Portugal wanted one single TRIAS, they just can't have it. Big stuff, this. That's how scarce it is. So CoinMarketCap has the current circulating supply wrong. It suggests that they have 1.6 million supply. Now, I know this is incorrect, and you can find this out for yourselves too. You can join the Telegram of TRIAS. You can look into all of the different, the website, everything like that. It is literally, here's the graphic, 9.8 million. So already most of the circulating supply is out there, which I think is really good. It prevents major dumps basically on people who are new to the coin. Is TRIAS going to $1,000 a coin? For me, no. In my opinion, no, it really isn't. I do believe that $100 will happen. It's definitely a three-figure coin for me. I genuinely believe that. It could potentially go up to $200 a coin. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. But are we going to be holding for that? I mean, let's not get wrecked here because, I mean, for me personally, back in 2021, the bull run was going. I managed to get a good position in quant by selling Cardano and getting into quant, and it worked. It started to pump. But I think like everyone else, everyone was holding for the 100K Bitcoin. They were expecting quant to hit $1,000 then. And then obviously the inevitable happened. We crashed. We got wrecked. And, we didn't really recover. We didn't really make money, but we managed to get some of it back. But even then, it isn't that great. So let's not do the same mistakes that I made. I'm trying to prevent you from making them from 2021. And let's try and make sure 2025, which I believe will be the bull run, will really give us a good head start and make sure that we make some life-changing money. So right now, 1,000 TRIAS costs around $3.4K. Now, I do understand there's a lot of cash for most people, and it is to me too. Remember, I'm right here in the trenches with you. I work in the NHS, which is the healthcare of Britain, England, where I am based. So I do understand that it is difficult to get to a certain level of investment. I myself have to obviously work and put in as much as I can from my wages. There is other ways to try and earn a bit of money on the side, and we will discuss them in future videos as well. But dollar cost averaging is massively important, and so is staying spread. So if you can add or allocate a certain amount of your income each month that you currently get from your 9 to 5 and pop it away into crypto, I think that's going to really help you. Staying spread's very important as well because If you decide to go all in on TRIAS, it could go to zero. There is a possibility it could just absolutely flop. So I'm not saying this is not financial advice, obviously, but don't go all into TRIAS. Make sure you fill your main bags first. TRIAS is part of my main bag, I must admit, because that's what I'm doing. But obviously, if you're into quant, HBAR, XRP, CSPR, Gala, I really like Gala. Build your bags that you're more comfortable in. If you've got loads of money, if you're like, if you're coming in here with $500,000, then yeah, go for your Bitcoin, get your Ethereum, get your 2 to 3x on Bitcoin, maybe your 5x on Ethereum. That's what I would do. However, I'm not one of them. And I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you're not either. So we have to work out a way that we can all get together and lift our boats, basically. A rising tide lifts all boats. So we're going to try and make as much money as we can with as little investment as we've got. So how can you get this active income up? This is going to be really key. Like, I'm learning e-commerce, but I'm not into it yet. So I can't really discuss that at length or give any alpha regarding that, because although I know the procedures and how it should go, I'm not educated enough to be able to give you any information on that. So I'm not going to try. But ways you can do it right now is if you've got a day job, then maybe you can do Uber Eats, Just Eat, or whatever on the side. Try and build that active income in. If you're doing a 9 to 5, is there potential for overtime? If there is, I'd suggest you take it and just try and get them bags built, because 2025 isn't long away. So our time is literally limited. It's coming closer. I think you've got maybe 6 to 9 months to try and fill your bags as high as you can. The Bitcoin halving, I think, is around about late April 2024. And historically, it's caused, a pump to the market. And I would be very, very wary of that and try and get in now before you start seeing prices that are just unattainable to buy into. So how would I take profit from TRIAS? Well, I would layer out the same way as you layer in. And this is what I'm saying about dollar cost averaging in. If you can buy 100 TRIAS a month, maybe for the next 6 to 9 months, you're going to come to maybe 900 TRIAS. That's not too bad. I would look to try and get it to 1,000. Like I say, I think there is a need to get to 1,000 TRIAS. I think it's very important. It's a good number. So this is how I would take profit anyway. So 20%, that's 200 TRIAS at $72, would give you a return of $14,400. So that's already 11 grand profit straight off the bat. First layering out point, 11 grand profit. That you take that in any other market. So let's see what else we can do though as we go further. So I would take another 20% out at $85 and gives you around $17,000. Another 20% at $98 and gives you $19,600. And the reason why I would go for these kind of levels is because psychologically, human beings are very much, they like round numbers. They like the whole number. So if I was going to go, well, hold till 100, make sure you hold all 600 until it hits $100, but then it gets to 98 and then starts to crash, then you've took no profits. And this is the key. Don't forget to take profits. It's so important. Otherwise, you're going to left up getting wrecked. But if you do it this way, you can still have a little bit of a play in the long run. You can still have a little bit of your bag chasing the bigger gains. Like, do I think TRIAS will go to $1,000? I don't. But we'll reassess as the bull market hits, because these prices may change. But for me right now, this is where I'm looking at. Next one, 200 TRIAS at 119. Again, just below that 120, that round number. That gives you $23,800. And then your final exit for me would be 200 TRIAS at 148. Gives you $29,600. And that's pretty good work. That means that from 3,400 invested, a return of 104,400, your total profit is 101,000. It's around a 30x. So it's not crazy. We're not looking at 100x, 1,000x gems here. Now, I believe this is a real gem. I genuinely do. I think this is a really good coin. But obviously, we'll talk about quant. We'll talk about HBAR. We'll talk about all these other things in a further video. We'll also talk about how I believe that we can increase our active income together. I'm here with you. I'm literally in the trenches. I just want to make this abundantly clear that I'm not a wealthy guy, but I want to be. I work, but I don't want to. So let's figure out a way that we can progress. And as you subscribe to the channel, as you become, more familiar with me, hopefully you'll see the progression as we go along the way. But a 30x isn't unfathomable in cryptocurrency. In the stock market it may be, but in crypto it's not. So yeah, basically, this is my opinion on why I think you need 1,000 trias. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then definitely subscribe to the channel, give me a like, and also comment on what you think trias can do. Or is there any gems that you think I should mention? Then absolutely put them in the comments and we'll have a good chat about it. Take it easy. All the best.